and after K11, which is move 59, I was very, very worried.
You were very worried, even though you could still play H8. Oh, because he had this. He had this triple, this apple picking type maneuver. He could kill your wall.
Yeah, because he can kill my wall. Yeah, exactly. So what was I thinking? I mean, I'm not sure. I was thinking. No, so okay, I captured M7.
Yeah.
And then he threatened to kill my wall. Okay, sorry. And here I thought, okay, what do I do? If I just defend, then he gets the first move on the bottom left, and I wasn't happy about that. So I decided to ignore, and I think he made a mistake because when I played K14, I don't know. I think you should capture and see because I don't know. It's difficult.
So he played L14, which was kind of a passive defense.
Yeah, L14 is exactly playing my game because I got the move I wanted at the position I wanted, and then I can come back and defend my wall while still reactivating the on I9.
So you prefer then captures on L10 or what?
Sorry?
You prefer capture on L10 for move 63?
Yes. So what I had in mind was that if he captures on L10, then I can play N12. Which puts 3 lines of sight on M11. So either he captures immediately, but then I can capture N14 to kind of settle the situation.
Right. That's lucky. In that situation, you can
save
idea. The wall.
But if he captures L14, L10, then I play N11 as I said, and then he defends on the bottom. He defends N15, maybe like he did in the game. Then I have to come back, and he has a better position. Well, I mean, he got something out of the situation. Yeah. Because here I managed to freely play J14 and free, then defend. Yeah. But I was surprised he resigned. Actually, I felt the game was good for me, but the score estimator, I think it's an awful tool because you look at it and you feel I'm behind when you are not.
I think it only works to look at the own cells and then just to try to estimate the territory on the board, because the controlled cells, they are really misleading.
It's misleading, but own cell is also misleading because, as Alec will tell you, he was always ahead in own cells when we played our game.
Yeah, maybe because you need to take also into account which stones are dead.
Yes.
So basically, own cells only counts how many captures you are ahead. If you had 3 more captures than your opponent, then you are 3 points ahead in own cells, because every move you play denies one stack to your opponent. So it basically says, okay, you have captured. So for example, here Pigna has, well, at the current situation I'm looking at, it's 27 to 26. So it just means he captured once more than I did. But were my captures worth more than his? Probably. So it's not even.
Yeah, in this case, yeah, I agree that it was really premature. Like, of course, it's easy to feel like you're losing after getting a capture that's unexpected, or like, but still, there's so much. Like, I feel like I've seen Tumbleweed games that have been turned around after much, more grim looking situations.
Yeah, I agree, but I also agree with the feeling that the game is not very good for Red. But I was just expecting him to fight back, like just go for it so long until I fuck up somewhere.
Right, it's always possible, because he can try to make some life in the upper right. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be a huge life, but you know,
No, it's not gonna be huge, but it's probably possible. I don't know. Yeah, just like D1 probably just crawls in a.
I don't know. Even
anyway.
like J5
J5
is a
is
2-stack.
a 2-stack.
And
Yeah, it's a 2-stack. Yeah, it's annoying. Yeah.
and
Well, I can just capture.
White has because you're threatening K5.
K5 dies, but then J5 easily persists for longer, so it can buy time.
Yeah, but J5, if I capture, then he can put a 3-stack on H3, so it might be enough to make a small life in the corner.
Yeah, and H3 will come with an attack.
It will probably die, but it will be maybe useful for. Oh, and H3 is a threat also. Oh, I didn't look at that.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So maybe H3 first. Or maybe
Yeah, and then
F5 is another one that I think
and
is interesting.
even D5 also is an attack. So there are still moves.
F5 is actually an attack that makes it hard for G6, and then like you have to defend G6. Then you can start like kind of creating this link from F5 to K5 and F5 to F1, and you can play pieces anywhere along there. Maybe even a 3-stack on J5 instead of just a 2-stack.
I was not following because I think it might be
F5.
Useful.
So what would you let F5 a 3-stack for red on F5, and then G6 has 4 lines of sight on it at that point.
Right.
Does it?
Yep.
Yes. Sorry, yes. Oh, I see.
And then you can
possibility.
Yeah.
So I agree. Would be super nice actually to be able to resolve all the games and just try to see where like more moves. Try to make more moves and see where it can go.
Yeah.
So I was actually just setting up so you can see my board. So what were you saying? I think it's easier if you can think from the same position.
I mean, we're all on the final position, right?
The final position, okay. So, question is, what could we do from there?
Pigna plays F5 here.
Yeah. Well, it's so bad I can't play a move here. Okay, so F5.
Yeah.
3-stack there. Which attacks.
Yeah, 3-stack there.
G6.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's still too small, but it does break open the wall a bit and allow lend a helping hand to the stones on the upper right.
Yeah, this one is important. But I didn't think about it during the game.
So, can we actually also, do you guys have more ideas about what to do for red in this situation? Because after that, I'd like to go through the beginning of the game because some weird shit happened.
Yeah, I would be okay with that.
What do you guys think, Nick and Polina?
Let's do it, because so much could happen to finish out this game. It's hard to say.
So should I go back and then you can just say I don't think I'm gonna add something new to the editor. So I like trying this kind of buy nowadays. I don't know.
Yeah, me too.
Just because the bot played it, I think. And I say, hey, you want to play?
For me, the pieces are like too close to each other. Like I feel intimidated by this pie.
So for my thought on this pie is that the when we started playing with size 6, we started to feel that many pies made it too simple for red to gain an advantage, and that this can only be preserved but minimized on a bigger board. So, like, probably, yeah, the more aggressive pies for white, I prefer them now because I have this sad suspicion that otherwise it's just also going to be too easy for red to make a.
But this type of pie, you say it's more aggressive for white?
Yeah, like as white's immediately blocking some of red's options here, right?
Yeah, I guess the idea is
Really?
being closer to red. You might be able to enclose him. I mean red, more near the board. If you're far away, like from here, it's more difficult, I guess, to block red. But I'm not sure the notion of distance in this.
No, I see your point.
Yeah. So, and if red wants to attack immediately, it's difficult because there is no move for red to put a line of sight on white, which will not immediately come under attack.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what Pigna did, right? He did
Yeah.
I9 immediately.
Yeah. So, but this is But also plays this because he says, okay, I'm gonna give you one stone, but I'm gonna develop from there.
It's so weird to give up a stone at the beginning, but he didn't do that. He created another shield, or he shielded.
Pigna didn't do that. Yeah. He shielded. Yeah. So I don't know. I could immediately defend the line at J7 to take the stone, the shield. But I feel it might be what he expects.
Okay.
And I have no idea about the opening, but my idea was to get some line of sight on the bottom left, just not allow him to just seal off the bottom left. So that's why I played this.
Right.
And I kind of like that I'm eyeing at L14, even though I know he's gonna deny it.
L14. Right. He's gonna L13. Yeah. He's gonna deny it.
Yeah.
And he's
gonna deny it. But still, if I don't get L13, maybe at some point I get M14 as a threat. If I have one line of sight on M13, then M14 is available to put a threat on it. So
for later.
So that's why I play the line immediately adjacent to his line.
Yeah.
It's my idea, but I don't know. Okay, so I shielded.
What's up?
Ni hao.
Hello.
It takes a while for people to really join the chat because of the audio.
Yeah, I couldn't. Also, I had problems with my headphone. Okay. So here, I felt this was natural, and then I found this move, which I felt was okay. It was a good way to make use of the shield, which is gonna die. Well, which didn't die in the game, but.
Which move? L10?
L11?
Yeah, I was happy about L10. Yeah. It kind of makes. Well, I could play something else, but I want to use L11 in a way, and getting a 2-stack which attacks H7 is, I think, a decent way to say, okay, I used it. If you capture it, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I think it's a good way of thinking. I do like when the stacks are on the thread to try to see if there is still some use of them. Right. And I think it's really great to distract attention from capture by creating another thread.
Right, because he didn't capture. I would probably capture if I was Pigna. Like try to
capture, yeah.
Capture a L11 at this right after you play L10.
Yeah. Right after.
But then he loses I7.
Oh, you're right. No, you're right. I didn't see.
I think has to defend.
I think Pigna's move here was really nice actually. This 3-stack was super nice.
Yeah.
Thick, for sure. It's not allowing capture, playing a thick shape.
But yeah, and then he plays G7 because of course your move J7 is supernatural. He plays G7. I think.
After. G7, yeah.
Yeah.
This move was strange, actually. Yeah. I don't know what's the purpose. What's his idea behind this move?
The idea is to put a third line of sight on.
The idea was to, yeah, exactly.
But then why on the G line? I would go all the way to A.
Exactly. On G7, why not further away?
B7 or C7, A7.
Yeah, E7 could be so. Well, E7 could die immediately, depending on how you want to.
A, not E.
A7, yeah. Okay, yeah, A7. A7 or C7?
Probably here the idea was to invade.
To invade.
Yeah, so
Mijo, can you say it again?
I said that the idea here was probably to invade.
Yeah, so you think he cares about the J line, the G line, sorry.
Mm.
He wants to go somewhere on the G line.
A 2-stack on G5?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought immediately. But I can deny a 2-stack on G5 easily. So I'm making a 3-stack. That's what I did in the game. So
right after Tybalt's move G6, the 3-stack, it looks all of a sudden that Red needs to find a clever way to get to the right, and so I thought maybe expanding off the lower 1-stack from M13 all the way to I don't know M8 for instance.
Yeah.
But I guess he needs to defend his G7. Or not really defend it, but it will die if he doesn't put another line of sight on it.
Yes, sure, it will. So I don't remember what he played.
B7.
I would naturally go for like B7 or A7 or something like this.
Yeah, I would go there like instead of G7, just go there from the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with that. Yeah. Maybe I would go C7. No, okay, no. This one allows D2, or C7 allows C1.
But Pigna's way of using this 1-stack to make B2 happen also looks natural. I mean, he kind of
the other way. Why not the other way around? Make first a 1-stack on B7 and then a 2-stack on G7, and then you're eyeing at B2.
Sure.
Yeah, much more protected.
I think C7 would be kind of better because it would allow both C3 and E3, and you can't block both.
C3 and E3? You mean C1 and C3?
No, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I was also thinking C7 would allow C3 and C1, so you can block both by just blocking the C line.
Oh, right.
But it's
he could curl around that in that situation, E6, something like
that. It's not so easy to block the C line. You have to put a 1-stack on there, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But if you put if C7, you put a 1-stack on C4, and there's no yes, you could play something like D. Then you get an under attack because D4 is an attack on the 1-stack.
Then you can play something like C6 to defend, and C6 I think is a good move really in this line.
Yeah,
because it opens stuff like a 2-stack on G10, a very deep invading move, and like various other crazy ideas.
this is going to come. I mean, these two lines, the 10 line and the J line, are going to be very important throughout the game. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, C7, C6, I don't really like, because just by extending, simply you just capture the newly created stack.
Exactly.
And
I don't like it either.
And I don't like it.
Yeah. Okay, so then,
Okay.
so there was this kind of cut you made on E7.
E7. Yeah, of course. That's the idea, to create some point. And also I wanted to create I10 or J10, which are both nice 3 stacks after I play here. And also D7 is a kind of a hot spot because of the crossing the 2 lines. I just ignored. So here I was happy. I was just like, okay, what are these 2 stacks? These 2 1 stacks you just made, which I can attack both at the same time.
So here, and then after that, a couple more moves, you play E9, but it actually is not an attack. So now Pigna has a chance to attack, right?
Yeah, okay. So what would you play here?
I'm thinking, because we could put a third line of sight on E9, but, or a third, so...
Yeah, okay, E9 can, yeah. So, well, I don't remember what was my thinking here. Oh, I wanted to... So first I didn't want the cut, because the cut would... E9 would attack D7 and cut off the line I'm just trying to use. So even if this turn is going to die somehow, I feel I have to play it.
E9?
I get tempo.
E9?
E9, yes. Yeah. I feel...
So in the game he played G9, but maybe G11, because I think G11 is kind of an interesting way to attack. Expanding a little further, still creating 3 lines of sight on E9, but then not allowing white to play G9 because now it's controlled by red.
Yeah. So E9, G9, G11 here instead of G9. Okay, so
yeah, that's what
attacking the 2 stack.
Yeah.
So natural defense is to play F10.
Yeah, a 3 stack on F10. But then we can either play G9 or D8. We can get a couple more free moves. I wonder if it's worth it.
Yeah, it's probably worth it. Yeah. Right. And also it cuts this diagonal, which white wants to exploit, which I did in the game play. I played J14 and G9 would cut this line.
Right. It's like if you have G11, then G9, then actually G7 is protected, and then red can play another move that protects. B7's already protected at this point.
Yeah, B7 is protected, but when I play E9, well, it's not protected against B6 actually, which is eyed by E9. I can play here, removing line of sight while adding one enemy.
Okay. Yeah.
So I guess he wanted to attack D7 more. So this is natural defense. I don't know. What do you guys have to say actually? I played the game, so I can't bring new ideas to it.
Well, actually, this is one of the first times we're hearing, like, the player really talk about their ideas during the game afterwards.
Okay, so it's interesting.
Yeah, most of the time we like have some.
No, I think when we just started playing Tumbleweed, we were really going through the games
That's
and
true.
describing what we were doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we stopped doing it recently, so
Yeah.
it's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice to hear, especially from someone who started playing also recently and does so many good things.
Yeah.
Hootie is like in the chat. What happened?
Yeah.
What happened?
Wait. I will
I'm
put
gonna tell him where this.
for him to join Discord.
Okay.
But I am disconnecting, guys, because I am too tired.
Yeah.
Okay. Good night.
Okay, good night.
Good night.
Good night.
So,
Hootie's calling me.
who's around actually? We have Michał, Nick, and Alec. Yeah.
Hey.
Okay, so
Come on to the Discord here. We got.
yeah, so
Yeah, everybody's there.
yeah, C7 here feels just natural. It's a 2-stack. It's a shield. It adds a third line of sight on E9, so it's three good points for this move, I think.
Yeah.
Very natural. Blocking B6, I feel it's okay for red.
This kind of feels like a small move.
B6.
Sorry.
Small move.
B6.
Small.
Yeah. I kind of agree. That's kind of how Pigna rolls. He just attacks the edges and then starts creating this monster by capturing the weak spots.
But the reason why you think it's small is because it's on the edge. But the thing is, imagine Miha White playing there. I mean, like then a chain reaction of captures occurs.
Yeah.
I probably would have preferred something like A4.
A4?
A4, yeah. This is nice. Yeah.
Sorry, B4.
B4.
Oh, B4. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, B4. Okay.
That looks cool.
Which again attacks.
Wait. So why did Pigna resign?
Well, we are discussing the game, but so it was a bit early, but I strongly believe the game was very good for White, because most of I would like to see the editor, but I think most of the unclaimed territory was fake unclaimed territory, because he had a couple of stones in my in a big area of mine. Plus, I just settled everything in the lower left, so I guess his prospects were a little dire.
I see.
And just for
I
I was
didn't look at the
expecting him
position for very long, but it seemed like there was more fighting to be done.
Definitely.
The Spanish could have been more fighting, but what would have been the outcome? Maybe the prospects were dire, but could still try.
I see.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't think this is small either, because exactly as Alec was saying, playing B6 for White just kind of settles everything, because he can now claim the left corner. It puts a line of sight on B2, so it's gonna help in the fight, in the invasion. And B6 also puts one line of sight on this one, which is not very protected, so it's also it can also be useful.
I mean, yeah, I guess I would have either played before just to attack this 2-stack again, or actually maybe I don't know, like the situation is really messy because red has a lot of influence on the lower part, but it feels very insecure, and
Yeah, I agree. So my analysis at this moment was that I was surprised actually at how few line of sights are eyeing on kind of my territory. Basically, there is this K line, and that's it, and also this diagonal here. But well, also here, I guess. But for the whole upper right, there is only this line which is going in, and I was kind of happy.
Also the N line.
What L9? M9. Yeah, you're right. But this one I was thinking about it because this move I was also eyeing it M11 because it would put a line of sight on the lower right stone stack. Yeah, so that okay. There is still a lot, but I was kind of happy. It felt difficult for him.
He could actually capture L11 still at this point. So he has his own captures.
Yeah.
And like I think you're right. M9. I don't know, but like some kind of move that puts a line of sight on L9. There's weak spots.
Yeah. M9 is. I think it's interesting. Yeah, I agree. But still, like an easy answer, like L8.
Exactly. Too easy.
Just secures. Yeah. It secures and it captures, but then you get it's kind of endgame because you play here knowing it's gonna die, but it allows you to play on this line a 2-stack or somewhere.
Or if you start actually out early or late, or sorry, if you started out somewhere like M6 or M8 or I2, even attacking a different one, like just getting moves, playing moves with Sente to get lines of sight on the right side.
Okay, so let's have a look.
Yeah. C2 was played.
So I played C2. The idea was to block this line, and also what was it? Yeah, and it's also put a third. But I knew that this move was coming. So this I had kind of anticipated that he would play here, and I wanted just to block and say, okay, you can have this stone, because what I'm building is much bigger. And this one I will be able to handle, because the D9 stone is under attack when I defend here also. So this was all kind of what I wanted. I was thankful that he played exactly what I expected. So he captured, and I don't know why I played this actually.
D3? I mean, D3 looks also normal. If it's in line with C2.
But why not just capture?
Oh.
No, D3 is okay. Why did I play D8 actually? I'm just realizing that I could immediately capture D9.
G.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know why I played this actually.
I don't like it now. It's kind of long range. You should probably just do it.
Yeah. I think I missed it. Yeah.
D9.
I realized it afterwards.
That's a great capture.
Yeah, it would be a great capture actually. I mean, this D8 has nothing. It gives mostly nothing except the line of sight on the 8th line, which is blocked by the neutral and short on this side and already controlled by red. So there's no point in playing this move. This is, I guess, a bad move.
I think it's a bad move, yeah.
And I actually didn't realize that he could capture. So should I defend by playing D7? You think?
Or just capture D9
and allow E7 capture.
Oh, sorry. Instead of. I see. Instead of your last move. Okay.
Yeah. So now we agree that my move is bad. Well, So, but the question is, what do you prefer, capturing or defending?
I would still capture probably, but let's see. F7 looks so passive. I don't know. F8 doesn't look very nice. It's such a puny shield. The only other shield is D7.
Yeah, D7 I was considering.
D7.
I am considering now. I missed it in the game.
I'm not so excited about D7, what it's doing, but maybe it's the best possible shield. Or I guess
it's still
F7.
Still opening a big line, a big diagonal here from A4 to M15.
F7 is kind of this move that makes F6 really like a solid cut, and then damages really everything, all the red line on either side of it.
Yeah, F7. Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
But no, F7, because then he captures E9.
Oh yeah, right.
So I think
right.
D9.
This was the point of This was yeah. Why? I think I am tired. We are all. Yeah, right. So D9 would be the move here. D8 is slow and missing a point, so captures here because this was a double attack actually. Yeah. So I kind of say that I expected his answer, but I didn't expect the outcome actually.
Okay.
It was a little bit messy. So he captured, and it puts a third line of sight, so I still have to defend.
Mm-hmm.
Shield. Which is...
wouldn't capturing be fine? But I guess it doesn't really give you much influence.
It doesn't, but it also it prevents forcing moves in the future.
F9, you mean?
No, like
yeah.
Oh, you mean F9? I was thinking capturing D9.
Capturing D9 instead, yeah, but this feels small because I want to open a line of sight. Yeah, I know it prevents some forcing moves, but type of moves like D9, I'm like, okay, it's just defending, but it's not opening new things. That's just my general feeling. But I agree, it might be thick and solid and just the way to play. But I always tend to think, okay, if I play here, I have a new line of sight. I like that.
Yeah.
But that's my personal feeling.
I know what you mean.
Okay.
D4 was played.
This. Yeah. And then I again capture, and he could now capture. He could capture D8.
Which probably
he should.
He should have.
Yeah, I think he should.
We talked about that on stream.
Yeah, maybe we missed that. Which also kind of denies. Also proves that I was wrong to play D8, because if I had played D9, then D8 would be shield, but it would be less important.
Yeah.
So if I had played instead of D8, I had played D9.
Yeah.
Imagine he continues the same way and captures here. Then I played D8 as a shield, because still D9 is under attack. And I get this diamond instead of this move. Okay. But then in this situation, the alternative D8 would be less important. Less big, for sure.
Yeah.
I think. It's an idea.
So his E6
okay, this was easy.
Yeah. Then you start apple picking on this wall of red stuff. And then this move after b1 you play d2. So that's instead of capturing c3.
Yeah, so this is a nice point, I guess, because I feel like just capturing allows c1, which is a 2 stack, which will recapture c2.
Yeah,
for sure. And I'm like, okay, I'm just fighting for these 2 stone and maybe the site on this small segment, instead of focusing on not allowing him to enter the top right corner. And d2 puts a line of sight on i7, which I can capture when I want. So that was my thinking. Like, I prefer to have this. So,
this is
and if he captures, I just have initiative. So I don't know what you guys think about it, but
yeah,
that's great.
I support it.
I think it's awesome.
Okay, thanks. So he captured, and I was happy to now have initiative. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
it's a nice move. Like, it's not really it's not really a direct attack on anything. It's just getting in there.
It's getting in there. It's kind of already. I mean, there are a few hotspots. Like, well, not hotspots, but G10 is fully controlled. It's a 4 stack. J10 is a 4 stack too, if I want to play there. So it gets control on nodes of the mesh. Without playing them, I control these nodes. And my main idea was that I want this line of sight on M14, because at some point I want to play M11 and block off the entry point here in Sente somehow.
Somehow, I think you had a lot of interesting. What this stone did, J13, had a lot of interesting interactions later, where you kind of tried to scoop up the wall from underneath to surround the corner.
Scoop up. I don't know the word scoop up.
Like if it was if you have a tractor or a spoon, and you're just like. And he has a wall that's built on the ground, and you just like basically take your shovel and you just
okay, yeah. I see. Okay, digging under the wall. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I like the imagery of this. Okay, but now he just realizes, and he's completely right, that I need to go do something and create a mess of my own.
But do you think that this move is enough disruptive? Because, okay, it's a sneaky invasion. It doesn't see any of your pieces. But almost, I have the feeling that maybe like a move that actually does see one of your pieces, even if it's just a 1 stack to start off with, would like force you to defend. I don't know. I can't really, because like these I6, L9, and also D3 are all sensitive to possible attacks. What do you think?
Yeah, of course they are. Yeah. So it's how I got so angry at this game at the beginning, because I was always falling for this type of things. Like, I couldn't control the weaknesses in my walls, and I'm getting better at it, I guess. But of course, yeah, you want to use all these weaknesses. I like this move because it opens. It comes from one light of sight, but it opens another one, which is the 5 line. And it threatens to do, I guess, what I thought was one of the biggest threats was G1, which is a 2 stack. Also eyeing somehow at G6, and of course M8 and I can't M7. I can't deny both.
Right. So I guess your point is that like even though this move doesn't have any like direct senti threats, it's instead it like creates all these potential threats that that cannot all be stopped at once. So then like it's more of like a long-term.
Yeah. It's just like, okay, from there on you won't be able to stop me in every direction. And also one of the threat I consider the most in the game is J8. J8 is a hotspot. It's 2-2 loss now, line of sight, and that's the move I'm afraid of because it's just cutting me off. So I considered simply playing blocking like K8, but this gives an easy attack. For example, N8 would be attacking K8, and then you can do a 3 stack on M7, and you just build from there.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided for this move because why did I? So it attacks here, and it's a defense. It's a defense on L9. So when he play K8, which I expected, I can just simply put a third line of sight to defend my own stone and attack his, and I don't see, there is no way for him to now defend this stack. So
yeah,
it kind of fell for my trap. I mean, it would be more interesting maybe now to play M7. It's a 2 stack. It threatens to make a 3 stack on K7. And it builds.
At this point, I would probably capture I7 after something like M7.
After something like M7, you would capture. Yeah, probably. This could be. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a way to defend it.
It's a way to defend. It's the solid way. It's the thick way. Like I'm gonna be thick everywhere because I think I'm ahead, and you won't do much damage, which is not my usual style. I tend to like say, okay, if I don't need to capture this one, I will not. Maybe it will be endgame at some point. But I kind of agree with that it would be thick for sure.
Mm-hmm. So are we all at after K5? K5.
K5 what?
Was that the last move played so far in the analysis, and then 09 was played?
Yeah, so I explained why I played 09, yeah.
Okay. And then he ended up playing K8, which I guess which I think was also we talked about this being on stream. We thought that this was a mistake too because it gets so easily.
Yeah. He just plays my game actually. I don't think maybe he didn't take time to think why did I play 09.
Right, because this is the second line of sight on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So 09 is here to defend K8. So he's playing my game if he plays it somehow. Unless he has an idea behind, but I didn't really see it.
I mean, he got the neutral, but it didn't really, it didn't help everything. So then, after he gets the neutral, there's like a couple of different ways for red to make invasions, and you chose to block, using I3.
Yes. So I don't want it to stack on H2. That was my idea. So basically, yeah. So the neutral says, "Hey, I'm gonna make a 3 where you are threatening to capture, and then at some point J7 is gonna be in bad shape, in this shape, or I don't know why, I don't know how, but it kind of I guess it's wishful thinking from him to maybe he thought I'm gonna capture k8 because I don't want him to reinforce there. But
we gotta get
I
Pigna.
had to
We gotta
think.
get Pigna on the stream too, because like
I don't know.
yeah, it's so much of like guessing what the opponent was thinking. It's like yeah. So
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So, but I mean, it's an interesting move because it opens the H line for sure.
yeah,
But I think it's also a kind of answer to me threatening to capture k8. At least that was my feeling. So I had to think what happens if he plays k8, and I'm not very afraid of it because I can just play k7 and get 4 line of sight on k8. And as long as there is not a third line of sight on J7, I can capture. So I was fine with this, doesn't bother me. And I just thought, okay, how do I minimize everything that's going on here and not allow some 2-stack, some sneaky 2-stack. H2 I like less than
instead.
Which one? Sorry?
I would probably go with H6.
H6.
for as red on move 45, or
As white.
as white. Okay. On after H1 or after
After H8.
After H8, just now you would go H6, like say, okay, I'm gonna do this line of sight.
Yeah, it also prepares the defense of D2, just in case.
It I guess
Sure.
But
Sure.
like, I don't know. I'm a simple man. It's like a simple closing off move. So
No, it's okay. I also considered this move.
I'd probably play it
why
too.
didn't I go? Now I like it, but I also wanted to deny G1.
G1's, yeah, that'd be a problem.
That's maybe the biggest meaning of I3 is to deny G1. Sorry?
weren't you concerned of H1 also?
Well, I can't block 3 of them. I can't block H1, G1, and H2. I have to make a choice. I can play H6 to deny both H1 and H2, or I can play I3 to deny G1 and H2. And yeah, the one I like this one the best, even though the downside of I3 is that this line is also open. So now H5 is a possibility. Yeah.
The nice aspect of I3 is that it comes with an attack, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, also it allows to capture immediately K5, and it somehow settles this part of the board. And say, okay, show me what you're gonna do here, but this turn for now it hasn't done much, and I can immediately capture it. This is, I mean, I didn't have such an elaborate trail of thoughts in the game, but this was all kind of the feeling and the ideas I had. But yeah, it's kind of a man walking on wire because I keep this H line open. I allow it. He goes for it.
If I were him, I would seriously also consider probably. Oh no, sorry, never mind. Okay, I miscalculated.
H6 was immediately played like afterwards anyway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, because it's because H5 would be too big a 3-stack here.
Yeah.
So I guess the other way around would be better for red. First play H5, and if H6, then you have a 2-stack on H5, and you can still play H1.
Probably, it is like a general point how to invade, and like I guess we always go for these corner spots first, but maybe playing somewhere a little bit higher up so that you have more options.
Yeah, I think h5 is the I'm losing my mind, is the vital point here. It's annoying because you don't want to see h6, so you have to play h6 and then
actually you can make a move which attacks i6 in Sente, like
also
k6.
Yeah. Like L6 is two-sidal.
K6.
K6 is not two-sidal at all. It's a two-stack in that it attacks, so it forces like capture
i7.
i7 capture.
Yeah,
and it's a two-stack, so then you can go play a two-stack on h3, etc., etc. So yeah, I guess h5 is the answer to i3. It's much better.
Would have been awesome.
Yeah.
But I think we have this gut instinct to try to play in the corner first because it's closer to a living shape on its own, but maybe that's not the right approach.
Yeah.
I think I need to go because it's super late here and I'm getting really tired.
Okay. So yeah, it's